Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be reading this story, which honestly I just finished writing, but I'm so proud of it. I just want to record it right now. And honestly, it's like probably the story I'm most proudest of. So I'm just going to start reading. Daddy, I made you a card. I looked down at my daughter's proud face as she handed me the card. Her tiny face and big smile filled my heart with joy. It had "Happy Mother's Day, Dad" scribbled at the top, and tiny scribbles surrounding it, with the form of a dinosaur at the bottom. "Honey," I said, "I'm not your mom." "I know," she said, staring up at me with her deep blue eyes, so similar to her mother's. I still remember my wife's face when her daughter had been born. She looked at her daughter solemnly and painfully with those gorgeous blue eyes that swirled like the sea. That eyes she had graced me with for 3 long years of marriage. When she had gotten pregnant, we knew we had to celebrate. It was such a wonderful occasion, we thought. But worst came to worst, and she had to make a decision. Her or her baby. She had sacrificed her life so our beautiful baby girl could live. A true hero. Here I was, a father to her gorgeous child, alive by her sacrifice. And what else could I do but name her for the beautiful, brave woman who died for her? And as I looked down at Ellie Jr.'s pudgy little face as she gave the card to me, I was reminded of her brave mother. I had to stay strong. For Ellie. My teacher told me I should make a card for my mommy for Mother's Day, but I don't have a mommy, so I made one for you, Ellie said, her little voice echoing in my heart. Tears burned at the corner of my eyes, but I couldn't let them fall. I had to stay strong. It's what Ellie would have wanted. Ellie deserved to be here, to be with her gorgeous daughter, way more than I did. I looked at the portrait of Ellie hung above the mantel. Her brown hair was kept at her side as she held my arm and kissed my cheek. I longed for those days back, but then I looked down at my daughter, who was there at my side, and I forget it all. The pain, the love, the what-ifs. I wish I could tell her all about her mother, about the brave sacrifices she made, about her passions and talent for the guitar, how she wrote the song that gave us the money and the house we had now. Everything we had was because of her. But how could I explain that to her? The small child of 2 years at my feet, gently humming to Disney? Perhaps it could wait a few years, and I could stay here and enjoy her adorable little company, perched on her little chair happily drawing away at another card. "Who should I make a card for now?" she asked. "Your Mama," I suggested. "She's right there in the picture." "That's Mama?" she asked. "Mama's a picture?" "No," I laughed. "She's a brave woman who couldn't be with us today." "Why?" she asked. "She's up in heaven," I said. "She lived such a great life on earth, God called her into heaven early to spread joy to the angels." "Really?" she said. I nodded. It was such a dumb lie. I could have said something better. She wasn't perfect. She was human. But Ellie's face, as she said that, understanding that she was a hero, was well worth the white lie. "How do I give it to her in heaven?" the girl asked. "We can mail it," I suggested. "Yay! Let me get my pencils." I watched her color away from afar as I started on dinner. I slipped back into the mundanity of life as I slid the pizza into the oven and started sweeping the floor. "Done!" Ellie exclaimed, running over to me, paper in hand. "We can mail it now." I smiled at her card. She drew a stick figure with brown hair, angel wings, and a halo. Above it said the words, "Happy Mother's Day." "It looks great," I said, putting the broom down. "Now here's how you structure an envelope. In the middle, you write her name. Then make sure to write it small so you have room for the rest. Her name is Ellie Baker." Ellie nodded at me with glee, starting on the letter. "Ellie Baker," she grinned. "After that, you write where you're sending it," I said. "So, heaven?" she asked. I nodded. Ellie continued writing, eager to get the letter sent to her mom. When she finished, I added a stamp in the right corner. I didn't bother with a return address. I didn't need to get the letter back. "Now all that's left to do is put it in the mailbox," I said. "Can I do it?" she asked. "Of course," I said, as Ellie ran to keep up with me. We went down to the mailbox, and Ellie tried to reach the mailbox. She stretched as tall as she could, but she still couldn't reach the mailbox. Need some help? I asked. Ellie nodded, so I picked her up and let her drop it in the mailbox. I thought nothing of it. A lesson well done. Until I saw the mailman drop by her house. That's weird, I thought. I get all my mail online. Until I opened the mailbox and found an envelope marked Ellie Baker to Ellie Baker. I stopped in my tracks. Daddy? Called Ellie from the porch. Did Mom send me a letter back? I asked her to in my card. It looks like it, I said, preparing for some cruel prank towards me. Dear Ellie, I read, my dearest daughter, how I wish I could be with you, but alas, I am in heaven, and you are still alive. Although it is certainly wrong to wish death upon you, I just can't wait to see you again. Tell your father I am all right. I am quite happy here. I think he needs to see it. Please write back. Mom. Ellie looked at the letter, her head doubtlessly swirling from the fancy words. It was all right, though. It gave me a chance to translate. Your mother sends you her love from heaven, I said, simply giving her a playful kiss on the cheek. And she can't wait to see you again. Ellie beamed at my words, yet I stood there dumbfounded at the letter. How could she think I was doing anywhere near a good enough job? No, it must be a prank. I should make her another card, Ellie said. Great idea, I smiled, as she went through the same process as before, carefully making a card, this time with a bright yellow sun with sunglasses, and a bright smile hiding in the corner. She stayed still for a second, pondering what to write. It has to be perfect, she said to me. Her usually childish face looked so mature at that moment. I set the envelope next to her as she set to work. Just as she finished the final stroke of her crayon on the letter, she confidently slid it into the envelope and began writing the address. Are you done? I asked. Ellie nodded as she ran outside with me and handed me the letter. I put it in the mailbox and we both sat down to eat breakfast, sausage and eggs, when Ellie heard the mail truck. Ellie ran at the window to see if the mailman was there, and as soon as he left his car, Ellie ran after him. Be very careful with that, Ellie told him as he took the envelope into the truck. I will, he promised as he entered the car. I'll meet with her at heaven for you. The car slowly began to drift away from her, down the dirty road, and into the waves upon waves of cars. He was soon borne away by the waves, and lost in the darkness and distance. The end. I can't say how proud of him of that. The title's a work in progress, though. It's just called Single Father. I don't think that tells the whole story.